In the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to another edition of the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the host of this program, known here on social media as the mighty, mighty, mighty Angel Snupnup 7. I am your soul brother number 1 and your friend, Taalik Ibn'rad. Now, of course, many of you know what I know, and you know that there is something very important about gaining the knowledge of self so that you can be yourself. And this is very important because to know yourself makes us to have a connection to a certain family. Now, you may not want to be part of that family, but it's nice to know that you're related to so-and-so. So-and-so is your cousin, and so forth and so forth. You have the right to know the knowledge of self. There are many African Americanists in this nation who don't feel that way. They actually believe they are Americans and they are part of this nation that Donald Trump wants to be or wants to make great again. Now, there are black Muslims who claim to have the knowledge of self, and you have black Hebrew Israelites who claim to know the knowledge of self, and those who practice Kemetic teachings, they know the knowledge of self. I have questioned and I see error and flaw in those things. However, one thing for sure, you are not European. One thing for sure, we really are not Americans. That's why we are not treated like we're Americans. Because being American means that you're, maybe I'm wrong. We are Europeans. By golly, that's the problem. Y'all keep talking all this African stuff, and we're really Europeans. So, by golly, we are Europeans. Oh, now, brother, come on now. You talk a lot of nonsense, but now, see, you keep messing up. You keep calling us crazy. You're the one crazy. The black man is an African, not a European. Well, now you know where I'm coming from with this. I have 10 minutes. Let me quickly explain how I come to this conclusion that the black people of America are Europeans. You see this? Okay. This is a can of soup. When you open up this can, because of the label, you expect to see soup in this can, correct? Now, what if black people were a can of soup? You're not going to find an African in that can of soup. You're going to find a European. That's the problem here. Why you think they reject your African talk and your black talk? They don't want to hear about black. They don't want to hear about African. I'm an African Americanist. That's better for them. They're not interested And there's a reason for that. Remember a few years ago, not too long ago, there was this guy, Ariel Castro or something like that, Arias Castro. Remember, he took as slaves 3 young women and locked them in this house. Remember that story? Remember, one of the young women was pregnant by him. He was the father of the child. Now, this is hypothetical. It don't happen that way, but basically, I'm going to try to show you how this story relates to the soul brothers and sisters, we who are the descendants of slaves born in America having dark skin, and how we have been made and turned out of our mind. We're not in our correct mindset. Okay, so you have this Castro guy who take this young girl and lock her away from her family, just like the Caucasian people did. They took us away from our family, our ancestors away from their family, cut you off. She had a baby. Caucasian people, the slave masters, have also had children with their slaves, just like Castro done. So now what happens when you take that baby and you cut the baby away? The baby is born. First of all, the only life the baby know is the Castro way of life, right? That's all the baby know. The baby that was born was not born free. The baby was born a slave to Castro. We have no idea of what freedom is. We were cut from our families, and the only life we know is the American way. That's all. And you can talk black Muslim, and you can talk Hebrew Israelite, and y'all can talk all that African black stuff, all that you want to. When you really look at what you're doing, you still see the American way of life. You're still living that kind of way. You're trying to get out of it, but it's the only way of life that you know. So the baby is cut off. The baby is taken away from his or her parent. I don't know what the gender of that baby was. But let's say now Castro takes the baby away from that mother, and the Castro sends the child to his family. Now the baby is living and being raised in a 1000% Castro society. You understand what I'm saying? The only life that the baby knows is the ways of the Castro. So now here comes the big rescue. Here comes the FBI, the CIA, and whoever, or maybe it was this brother here who put on a cape and decided, and now the young girl is rescued. Where is my baby at? And they find the baby. Here you are, American black people. We are this baby. But now the baby is an adult. All of y'all are adults. And this adult has children. What do you think this person is teaching their children? Living with the Castros. Castro is family. See, oh man, wow. See, that's why you view Caucasian people as family. That's why you love them, because you was raised in their house among them. See, it's all psychological. But now the mother has been rescued. We never knew, and still to this day, we don't really know our mothers and fathers. But in this case, this young man or a woman knows their mother, and their mother is introduced. They are reunited. But how do you think this person feels? I don't know you. I'm your mother. Yeah. Well, they only know the Castro way of life. So there is confusion. What's going on here? This person has an advantage because at least they have their actual real mother We don't have our mother. So the only mother we know is the racist Caucasian people of this nation. That's all we know. And whose name do you think this young man or woman, whose name do you think that they carry? They carry the name of Castro. I'm a Castro now. The name was forced on him due to a criminal act. Slavery is a criminal act. So now you're Johnson. And so now you're Moore and Douglas and all these names that we have. And we're proud of them. They were names that came about and was given to us due to a criminal act. So do you understand? There's no way, this simple example or analogy that I'm giving you, you cannot tell me you don't understand. And this should make you want to get rid of your slave name, because that's what it is. It's a slave name. It was forced on you. You had nothing to do with the name. It was not something given to you voluntarily. It was involuntary. So why would you want that? Why would you want a name and continue to name your children just like this young man? The only life that he knew was the Castro way of life. Now that he's learning who his mother is and where he comes from, why would he want to continue to be a Castro? Why would you want to continue to be an American under these circumstances? Because it's the only life you know. Because in reality, in this can of soup, when you open, it's black on the outside, but it's a European in the inside. It's not Native American or Chinese or anything. You copy, and the only life we've known is that of Europeans. They have become your mother and father. That's why when mother and father is attacked, you jump up. That's my mama. God bless America. We've never known our parent, so have become loyal to the abuser, the criminal. So see, this is why as soon as I had an opportunity, I wanted to get rid of my slave name because I knew that was something forced upon my people. And I understood and understand the meaning and the reason why my mother named me that name. But mama, she didn't know. I know. So since I know, that name has got to go because it was forced on us. It was forced on my family. It was forced on my people. That's why I also have a problem with this. I have a problem with this, not because there's not good in this, but because, first of all, a lot of this we don't understand. So if you don't understand, your best bet is to leave it alone. But I have a problem with this because it was forced on our people. And you should have a problem that anything that's forced on you, it's not voluntarily. It was involuntarily. So I have made my point, and I would like for you to make any kind of attempt to show that I am incorrect. There is no doubt. And that's why we have the problems that we have right now. Number one is because you're not dealing with a people in their right state of mind. You're dealing with Oreo cookies. You're dealing with American black people or Europeans. That's the reason why they can't comprehend and understand all this stuff y'all talking about, black this and black that. They are Europeans. Black on the outside, pink in the inside. With that said, jot down your comments. Until next time, love, peace, and soul.